What's the update on Morgan?
Morgan, he's going to be a couple games, but obviously not enough to put him on IR.
Yeah, on the MCL?
He's just dealing with a knee.
Robert, during the draft, there's a lot of talk about you guys needing, could they go playmaker, tight end, wide receiver, anything like that. Does this just kind of reinforce why you guys went and drafted the offensive tackle you did?
Yeah, I think, outside the building, obviously there was a lot of that noise, but I think between Joe and his staff and us, it was going to be an O-lineman. And when Olu fell, it was a very easy decision.
What's your confidence level in Olu after those 14 snaps? And obviously he's going to be the guy going forward for a little bit.
He's been getting a lot of reps. We got a lot of reps in the second half of camp at right. Obviously, he got more comfortable as camp went on. So we've got a lot of faith in Olu to go out and execute.
What's your impression of Bo Nix?
He's a very talented young man. Very quick decision maker. Great with his feet. They've done a really nice job. I feel like he found a little confidence in this against Tampa, and you can see him evolving from the Seattle game to Pittsburgh to last week in terms of what he can do in the league, and obviously, so he's a quick learner and very, very athletic, very gritty, tough kid, but he's got a good future ahead of him.
What's your impression of Denver just as a whole, offensively and defensively?
Defensively, they're different than this time a year ago, where I think they're still trying to figure out who they were from a defensive standpoint, where now I think they've got a very clear-cut identity. They're doing a really nice job. Vance does a very nice job getting those guys in position to create one-on-ones, and I think they do a good job winning. Offensively, Sean is obviously he's one of the best in football, and does a good job putting you in a lot of run-pass conflicts and stressing your defense. So, they're a good football team, a very good football team. I think they're underrated. Not in this building, obviously. They lost to a 3-0 Seahawks team. They lost to a 3-0 Pittsburgh team. They beat a 2-0 Tampa team. They're third in the league in defense. This is a very, very good football team. They've and we're expecting them to give us their best.
Robert, will CJ practice
CJ
today?
will not practice today, no.
What's it looking like?
It's going to come up to it. We'll see how things go, but we're planning on giving him some vet days anyway. But we're going to. I don't want to say be overly cautious, but we'll just make sure that this toe doesn't become a problem.
How are defenses attacking Garrett differently than last year?
It's really the same. You've got they're putting 2 over 1 a lot, and they're daring us to go somewhere else with the football, and that's why I think we had so much success everywhere else against New England. Brees, the run games. Is executing really is performing really well. Conklin got involved. Mike Williams got involved. Lazard's been having a good season so far, and even Gibson got a couple. So, if you're putting 2 over 1, then somebody's getting a 1-on-1, and we feel good about our guys having a chance to go win. But I do know that it's not all 2-on-1, and when those 1-on-1s do happen, I know we are trying to work to get them the ball and take advantage of those situations. And once that starts to click, it's going to be pretty cool.
Robert, in the past, when teams there wasn't those 1-on-1 opportunities elsewhere, guys weren't playing them, and you didn't necessarily have anyone else outside of Garrett and Brees. So how much of a luxury is it that now you have the players who are stepping up and making plays where the defense can try to take away Garrett, but this team isn't just Garrett anymore?
Yeah, anytime, the more the merrier. It's at the end of the day, football is a game of one-on-ones, and if you can create one-on-ones, whether offense, defense, special teams, that's the most you can hope for in terms of from a coaching standpoint, is to create those one-on-one situations for your guys with good leverage, obviously. And if we're in position where we can get some one-on-ones with Conk and Mike and Lazard and Brees and Braylon and Gibson, whoever's out there. I think we feel good about our chances of winning.
Why passing numbers are down from the first 3 weeks and rushing numbers are up? I'm wondering, why do you think that is? And do you think it's a blip, or do you think it might be more of a season-long trend?
It's a season-long thing. Defenses for the last few years have been sitting in a two-shell and daring offenses to run. And I think coordinators around the league are doing a really good job staying patient. The week one was a perfect example. I joked with Kyle the other day that I kind of wish McCaffrey did play because then he would have thrown it. But, he turned around and handed it off over 40 times. But you're seeing a lot of teams, even New England before we played them, they were handing it off over 30 times. And, so play callers are being very patient, getting the ball to their backs and running the ball and just taking the challenge to run the ball.
Sunday's game will feature two top flight corners, and obviously Saleh and Patrick Surtain. Just from your perspective, just kind of the differences between both of those players. Between
Saleh and Surtain, they're both elite competitors, strong at the line of scrimmage, elite football IQ in terms of understanding stems and route running ability and all that stuff. Both of them, if they get their paws on you, you're pretty much dead in the route. But two elite players, two guys that are fun to watch, and really, in my opinion, luxuries to have when you can put those guys basically in zero coverage and let the rest of the team go play football doing something else. It's a luxury.
What would you say Tyler Conklin's meant to this team these last few years? Just being something, it seems like he's so consistent and always doing his job and his presence in the locker and all that stuff. Like, how important is it to
his leadership? I know he doesn't wear the C, but he is part of our leadership council, and he's elite human, and another one of those guys. Obviously he wants the ball, but he's never gonna beg for the ball. He's going to do his job. He's going to do it 100%, and he goes above and beyond in terms of preparation, not only taking care of his body, but prepping and keeping his mind in the playbook, and obviously out on the practice field. And that was good to see him get rewarded on Thursday night and to get that production, because we think he's another guy that we feel like in a one-on-one situation can win a lot, and so he's everything you want out of a Jet.
How refreshing was it to have that many buy-ins and extra time this week after the way your season started?
It was good. I think I feel like guys showed up refreshed on Monday. We got a good lift and run in, and obviously today's the first practice since our game on Thursday. So looking forward to getting back into the semi-routine a little bit. And but it was a good 3 days. But I think everyone's excited to get back to work.
You guys had the sacks there with 14. Can you talk about the production you're getting when you rush 4, but also mixing in the blitz as well?
Yeah, it's there's always a balance. I don't think it's a secret that we prefer to do it with 4, and but at the same time, you still have to have the element of being able to pressure to loosen up the O-line a little bit. But I thought Brick did a really nice job mixing it in on Thursday, and just kind of reminding people that we can still do that if we need to.
Can you explain why Will McDonald's having so much success early?
It's. I still don't think he's even reached where he's going to go. He's only a second-year kid. There's still parts of his pass rush that need to improve. But all these young men, you just give them a chance to and again, it's our philosophy and all that. Just put them on repeat and let them do the same things over and over again, and you trust that they're athletic freaks. They're gifted if they care and love football, and you allow them to go execute it to their God-given ability. You trust that they'll perform. And Will's learning every day. He strains every day. He works every day, and because of it, I think he's going to continue to get better. And like I've said before, some guys do it right away. Some guys take 3 or 4 years. You just got to continue working with them and give them a chance to develop.
Robert, couple more. When you look around the league, there's 3 quarterbacks who are 3-0 who were kind of given up on by their teams. Throw Baker in, but you put Aaron in that pool, right? What makes, I know you've spoken about this in the past, but what makes those guys come back, and how do you know when somebody's going to be able to flourish in the second or third?
I guess it's you don't know, but at the same time, there, you know. I'll use Zach as an example. I know since he's with Denver, you know, I still stand here and believe that he's going to have a hell of a career and he's going to get an opportunity and be a very successful quarterback in this league. You know, sometimes they're just, like I said, you get thrown into the fire and you're trying to learn, but there's no patience for learning. You know, it's like you're expected to run right out of the womb, you know, and speak 5 languages. But it takes time, especially coming from the college game, which is so different now compared to the NFL game in terms of what quarterbacks are asked to do. So there's a development part of it. And look, some guys hit the ground running, and it's awesome. And some guys get the teams where that team's just not ready to support a rookie quarterback. And then there's some guys just, like I said, they hit it. But you never know, but at the same time, they were drafted early for a reason, and if they can just hang on and get the right opportunity, you trust that they may figure it out.
Do you think we'll ever get to the point where that becomes the norm? In fact, it's the standard way to find a quarterback is to kind of go to the recycling bin rather than the draft?
Well, hopefully we get to the point where we show a little grace with these young kids and give them a chance to develop, rather than the other way around.
Do you believe that's possible, though, Robert? Because if you think about the financial aspects of it all, as you get that kid, one of the reasons why you want to play him right away is the salary cap. He doesn't have a high cap hit. You could then get in a situation like the Packers, like, yeah, they have Jordan Love, but they got 1 year and then they had to immediately pay him.
Yeah.
So is it possible to have both?
I don't know. I guess I look at it like buying land. You know, you buy a piece of land outside the city, waiting for the city to grow around it, and then you start, and then that thing value. You know, just try to give you guys the analogy, but I look at it like it's an investment. You know, you are paying a lot of money. Again, it's just me. You're paying a lot of money for probably the most important position in football. You know, you're. Some people look at it like a lottery ticket, and some teams look at it like a long-term investment. And I think the long-term investment is the only way to go.